I'm Jay Taylor. I'm the editor of Jay Taylor's Gold, Energy, and Tech Stocks. That's a weekly and monthly newsletter that focuses on mostly on gold mining stocks. I'm also the host of a radio show that airs every Tuesday on the internet. It's called Turning Hard Times into Good Times. I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum in Toronto. It is March 2nd, 2019, and I'm really pleased to be with Dr. John Mark Staude. He's the president and CEO of Riverside Resources. That's a company I've been following for a long time, quite a number of years. It's a prospect generator company that's been very faithful to the model. It's kept its share count down, and it has some very exciting exploration prospects, primarily in Mexico. John Mark, I'm glad that we could talk today. Thanks for joining me.
Jay, it's great to be with you.
So you have this prospect generator model. Your share count is very low. It's about what, about 59 million shares after 13 years. You have some prospects primarily in Mexico. What would be the one that you're focused on most in terms of your exploration strategies this year?
For this year, our key is Cecilia project, and the Cecilia project is typical of a big system, rhyolite dome, the right type of geology. We like that opportunity a lot.
And we're looking at gold and copper, gold, or?
We're specifically on gold and then silver. It'd be the upper part of a system, an epithermal system. So these gold mines of Mexico are just amazing. So many producers, such a demand for gold, such a good place to do it in Mexico.
And Mexico, as you say, it's a good place for mining. The regulatory framework is there. They like mining. It creates wealth, creates jobs. So you're pretty well cashed up now. I think you just recently raised some money. You have quite a bit, and you make $1 million go a long way, John Mark, I think, as far as anybody does.
Well,
so aside from Cecilia, what else? What other projects do you have that you'll be paying some attention to this year?
Yeah, so for this year, because we do have cash, but we have partners spending the money. So one of the projects is the La Silla project, and that's actually in gold and silver in Sinaloa, Mexico, where we have a partner, Sinaloa Resources, to do the drilling. A second is copper, and copper's really making a move this year, and we have a whole copper portfolio. One of the interesting things for Riverside is major companies in the past have fully funded our exploration. And out of that, we've been able to develop a portfolio of copper, most recently with Antofagasta. And out of that portfolio, we now have 3 copper projects. And during 2019, we're working on another big strategic alliance as well, with another big copper company. So we'll have opportunity in copper, both on the project and at the regional scale, again, funded by partners. So Riverside's really been able to keep the share count down by having the partners continually funding the exploration. So in 2019, partner-funded exploration will continue in the prospect generator model.
So you use other people's money. They finance expensive drill programs. And if they don't see, and these are usually these big companies, they have to see something, a monster deposit, or they'll walk. And a lot of times these companies have just simply short-term goals too, quarterly or annual profits, right? So a lot of times, not because they don't believe in the project necessarily, but because at the corporate level these decisions are made. So this is really interesting. So you get that data and the companies walk away, you still have that. Now you're generating new projects from the money spent by these other guys. And so sooner or later, John Mark, you're going to hit on something, I think. So, but investors should really watch then. What should they be watching for this year? Well, Cecilia, of course. So, yeah. And you're going to do some of your own drilling, you told me.
Yeah, and I think also is the fact that those projects actually have made the turn. And so, for example, at our Tajitos project, high-grade gold, part of a major district, the Peñoles district. We have a resource there. We have over 100 drill holes, silver and gold. So by owning a shares of Riverside, right now you'll get the exposure to all of these projects moving ahead with partners, copper, ourselves as well. So many catalysts within 3-month time frame, things happening. Riverside continually puts out news about multiple different projects. One of the really exciting things is the Mexican government has just liberated another 200 mineral claims. That's really good because we know which claims we want to get. And they'll only give you 30 days to go and claim them when they release them. So you have to know ahead of time what you want. So Riverside has the database. We know exactly what we want. So we've been able to systematically pick up the best projects. We own those. So yeah, so Riverside's turned over the portfolio. We've turned over 61 projects and spun out 7 new ventures in 13 years.
In 13 years.
So yeah, it's been a real test, and it's been good for Riverside because we now have royalties on all those different projects. So Riverside has royalty interest, but we don't buy royalties. We create them,
yeah.
through the prospect generation. So if you can create royalties, you can have that long-term value. And we have royalty companies coming to us now to ask to buy our royalty portfolio. Well, we say, look, that's Riverside's nest egg. We own those royalties. So we could sell them now. That's an asset we have. But instead, us as shareholders go, wow, any one of those that'll increase in value, we have a free carry on those. No need to participate, no buyout on those royalties.
Yeah, so as long as if they give you the right price, you'll sell it. But obviously, you know, and I should point out to our viewers that you spent a lot of time in your professional career with major mining companies in Mexico. So your geological knowledge of Mexico is quite substantial. I know you're highly regarded in that, with respect to that. So people should really be watching for this news. I'm waiting for the Cecilia. You're drilling, and you will be drilling, and how soon might we see some?
Yep, so I think we'll see it in 3 to 4 months on that respect right now. So right now we're here in March. And secondly, we'll see work going on the Cecilia project, which is this other one, with our partner Sinaloa Resource. And I think in April and May, we'll see the announcement of maybe a new copper alliance as well. So you'll see these different steps going forward that are like, wow, that's really, you know, Riverside has been able to get major companies to back them. Being a micro cap company is amazing. And now Riverside has a nice cash position now that we've closed the financing of over $3 million cash with no debt. And we have this really good opportunity for the drill results at Cecilia. I think it'll be a really good year.
I think it's important also, I like to know who owns companies that I invest in. If I see people that I have confidence in owning a company, that boosts my confidence. Could you tell our viewers who some of your major shareholders are?
Most definitely. So one of the big shareholders is Rick Rule and Sprott itself. So the Sprott Group has 16%. Another is Adrian Day and Day Investments, and they own about 8%. Another is actually management ourselves. We're at 7%. And another one is actually European shareholders. These are long-term holders, and it's been good. Jay, you've been covering us for years, and we really appreciate that. And what we've also done is grown this European shareholder base now over 30% out of Switzerland, out of Belgium, and out of Germany. And they're people that have bought in the market, have accumulated a position, and we've built up a trust and working relationship with them. So we're delighted to have those people, high net worth individuals that are shareholders of Riverside. So Riverside has about 60% of its tightly held, including a Dubai investment fund and other groups like that. So Riverside, has a very good, strong, long-term shareholder base.
And very few shares. Your market cap is very low. You've kept the share count down so the people that have been long-term shareholders can be richly rewarded when the payday comes. So I guess we just wait now and look for the news, right?
Well, I think the catalyst. So I think right now, you know, and so this month we'll actually have news on some of the results we're doing. And then next month we'll have results about that progressing. So those are catalysts that are happening right now. The guys are in the field right now working. So we may be here doing an interview, maybe the PDAC and things like that. But right now we don't have winter in Mexico. It's a very good time to work, and it's great. And then we have programs going. So we're really excited about the next quarter right now. Yeah.
Rightfully so, I believe. John Mark, thank you very much for your time, and we'll definitely be watching and hoping. This year, this could be the year, the breakthrough year. I mean, people aren't paying much attention, but you've been building value that's not necessarily visible to most shareholders or to most investors. So I thank you very much for your constant work. You've really stuck at it, that's for sure. Persistence eventually will pay off, I'm sure. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for the show.